Welcome to my channel and another video on freediving. We're going to be talking about mostly, as the title says, differences between freediving and scuba diving. And the reason I'm primarily doing this is because I was a little bit confused when I was getting into a sport which has just been 7 or 8 months. And in the initial research phase I was a little confused on what to do. What is freediving? What is scuba diving? What are their differences? And I hope this information that I'm providing in this video is going to help out people with a similar confusion. So let's get down into it. Get down on it. Let's start with freediving because it's closer to my heart. That's where I started from. Freediving, as the name suggests, is free. The way I would classify freediving, or in general it is known in the circuits, is so when you hold your breath, dive down to a desired depth of choice. Usually you have a dive computer to specify which depth you're trying to achieve with the most minimal equipment as much as possible, which is usually your snorkel, your low volume mask. This is my low volume mask. This is the only mask I have right now. I would buy more ones in the future. I specified that this is a low volume mask because in scuba diving you would end up using a high volume mask because you have compressed air to help you, but more on that later. Yeah, you have your low volume mask, you have your snorkel, you have your fins, the favorite part. These come in different materials. I would make a separate video on it later because that's a confusing world altogether as well. It's advised for people starting out to have smaller fins, somewhere in this range in length, I think somewhere over here, and more you learn with technique and with experience you can go to a longer fin. I made this an impulsive buy, not really advised, but I have gotten a bit used to it by now. I will have a separate video just on freediving gear somewhere over here, you'll see it in a bit. But yeah, fins, low volume mask, and also your snorkel. You will also have a wetsuit, a weight belt, which helps in your buoyancy when you dive deeper. It also assists you to dive deeper because of the weight that you put on yourself. So yeah, minimal equipment, you're holding your breath, you're diving, and you basically reconnect with the ocean. Feel like you entered an alien world, but at the same time you're making that effort to be a part of it. You're training yourself to be relaxed, be a part of the ocean, be a part of that system that's already there, which I think is a very beautiful emotion by itself. You're having conversations with yourself. It's breathing right. It's all about slowing down for that moment. So yes, that is freediving. While scuba diving, the main difference is you're not holding your breath anymore. In fact, that's the thing that they advise against in scuba diving. You need to keep on breathing. You have an assisted air tank which is strapped on your back to a BCD, which is like sort of your life jacket device but also helps out with your buoyancy. Buoyancy is what helps you maintain a steady plane when you're underwater, which is required. The more experienced you are, the better with your buoyancy you are. You have your BCD, you have a regulator, just compressed air and nitrox. Sometimes the quantities differ based on what sort of diving you're doing. You have fins, but you don't have long fins this time. Most of the time scuba divers use shorter fins because the range of movement is limited because of all the equipment you have. So they end up using shorter fins. I have seen people who use longer fins, but that might be a personal choice for them. So there are fins, there is a weight belt in this scenario as well, a BCD, a regulator, your gas tank, and you will also have a high volume mask this time, which sort of works out over here because you have assisted air. Freediving has breath hold, limited gear like you see right there. Scuba diving, you get assisted air, more time under the water. So I hope that information really helps and does push some of you to try out diving or at least snorkeling. Get into the ocean, jump into it, it's fine. There are sharks, there are things in there, but it's fine. You'll have fun with it. Just check it out, jump into the local ocean. If it's not dirty, that is. If it's dirty, don't do it. I hope that video really helps. Like, share, subscribe, comment. It does really help when people give me feedback or suggestions or even like the video. And stay tuned on all things content and water.